4R1TZOGV charges through the field, battling for position in ninth place. Nikki Wiki charging hard, P4, closing in on the podium. Zohair rockets to P11, slicing through the pack, gaining 10.91 seconds. Who I Be surges to third, closing the gap by 0.34 seconds. Klurm surges to 10th, gaining 2.22 seconds, pushing hard. "20 minutes left. Drivers push hard. Tensions rise. Stakes soar. Excitement builds." Pete grabs provisional pole, clocking a blistering 137.038. Kagerman charges to 8th, gains 0.17 seconds, pushing hard. Kagerman charges to P4, clocking a 137.926, just 1.717 off pole. Klee L3 My charges to P9, gaining 0.15 seconds, pushing hard. CL3MY rockets to 8th with a blistering 140.817, chasing pole by 4.608 seconds. Zohair charges forward, battling for position, now at P14. Pew Pew charges through the pack, now battling for 10th place. Pew Pew rockets to P8 with a blistering 139.744, chasing down the leaders. Lassus charges through the pack, now 7th and closing in fast. Pete, from England, charges into 2nd, closing the gap by 0.17 seconds. Pew Pew rockets to 8th, gaining 0.31 seconds, pushing hard. Lassus charges to 7th, gaining 0.36 seconds, pushing hard. Hex charges hard from Latvia, battling fiercely for P14. "15 minutes to go, tension rises, drivers push limits. It's a race to the finish." Huaybi charges hard, pushing for P11, eyes on the prize. Buried Delight charges to 14th, gaining 1 spot, pushing hard. Flair leads from Trinidad and Tobago, charging ahead with a 0.18 second gap. Pew Pew battles hard, holding 9th, eyeing the cars ahead, relentless pursuit. Buried Delight charges forward, battling for position, eyes on the top 10. 4R1TZOGV in 11th, blasting a best lap of 140.028, chasing the leaders. KL3MY battles hard, holding 13th, pushing for more, gaining ground. HUIB fights hard in P12, pushing through the pack, gaining momentum. HUIB charges to P9, clocking a 139.494, closing in fast. Mickey Wiki charges hard, battling for position, pushing to break into the top 10. Buried Delight storms to 14th, gaining 0.15 seconds, pushing hard. "10 minutes to go. Drivers push harder, tension rising, positions shifting fast." YJRX 36 from Turkey charges in third, clocking a sizzling 137.307. HUIB charges forward, battling fiercely in P9, eyes on the prize. Mickey Wiki charges to 11th, gaining 0.19 seconds, pushing hard. Flair leads P1 by 0.34, setting a blistering 136.209 lap time. Clem charges to P13, gaining 0.33 seconds, pushing hard. Flair charges ahead, dominating P1, leaving rivals in the dust. Flair storms to provisional pole, clocking a blistering 136.046. Clemmy charges through, holding P13, clocking a blistering 140.164, just 4.118 off pole. Soup battles hard, in 15th, pushing for every inch on the track. Biszkoptowiec charges to P4, sets a blistering 137.606, closing in fast. Wojciech 36 charges forward, battling fiercely in third place. Four R1 TZOGV charges to P12, gaining 0.40 seconds, pushing hard. Five minutes to go, tension rising, drivers pushing limits, racing for glory. Lasses charges forward, battling hard in 7th place. Lassies rockets to 7th with a blistering 138.354, chasing the leader hard. Buried Delight charges forward, battling for position at P14. Zohair charges forward, battling for 5th, pushing hard through the corners. Soup charges to T9, gaining the 0.11 seconds. Fierce battle ahead. Biszkoptowiec charges to 4th, gaining 0.12 seconds. Relentless pursuit. Soup charges to P9, gaining 0.15 seconds, closing the gap fast. Hex charges to 10th, gaining 0.52 seconds. Fierce battle ahead. Soup charges to 9th, gaining 0.67 seconds, pushing hard for more. Hex battles fiercely in P10. Eyes on the top 10, pushing hard. Hex rockets to P5 with a blistering 137.650, just 1.604 off pole. Kagerman surges to P4 with a blistering 137.438, just 1.392 off pole. Biszkoptowiec charges to P5, clocking a blistering 137.556, just 1.510 off pole. Flair leads the pack, charging ahead, dominating the race. Flair grabs provisional pole, clocking a blistering 135.644. Zohair charges forward, battling hard for P8, closing the gap fast. Tharaxo charges from 17th, slicing through the pack, gaining 6.27 seconds. Qualifying session in overtime, tension rising, drivers pushing limits, stakes higher than ever. Kagerman battles fiercely, holding strong in 4th place. Kagerman rockets to P3 with a blistering 137.142, just 1.498 off pole. Tharaxo charges through the pack, now sitting 16th, pushing for more. William KLK charging from 17th, gaining 2.67 seconds, pushing hard for the front. Pew Pew charges to P12, gaining 0.29 seconds, pushing hard. Soup charges to 11th, gains 0.71 seconds, pushing hard. Soup charges to P4 with a blistering 137.039, just 1.931 seconds off pole. William K charges to P17, gaining 3 positions. Cars roar down the straight, wind howls, tension mounts. It's a fierce battle. Faraxo surges ahead, claiming the lead with unmatched speed and precision. Flare charges from P2, closing in on the leader. Relentless pursuit. Pete battles fiercely, holding third, eyes locked on the leaders. Watch Herax 36 charges forward, now in fourth, closing in on the podium.
Theraxo rockets off the line,
Seizing the lead as the race ignites. Flare charges hard, closing in on the leader, pressure mounting. Soup charges forward, battling fiercely for third place, gaining on the leader. Flare charges hard, pushing for the lead in P2. Soup battles fiercely, now P3, closing in on the leaders. Flare charges hard, eyes locked on the leader, closing the gap fast. Soup charges forward, battling fiercely in third place, eyes on the prize. Pete charges forward, hunting down P3. The battle intensifies. Soup charges ahead, battling fiercely in P3, eyes on the prize. Flare pushes hard in P2, 0.6 seconds clear of Soup. Soup charges, just 0.1 seconds behind Flare in third. Pete charges hard, closing in on Soup, just 0.7 seconds back in fourth. Soup charges P3, closing in on Flare, just 0.6 seconds back. Hex charges from P6, slicing through the pack, just 0.5 behind Zohair. Soup charges hard, just 0.6 seconds behind Flare in third. Hex charges in P6, closing in on Zohair, just 0.5 seconds back. Lasses charges from Latvia, closing in on Hex, just 0.7 seconds back. Hex charges in P6, closing in on Zohair, just 0.5 seconds back. William KLK charges forward, closing in on Huib in 11th place. Hex charges hard, closing in on Zohair, just 0.3 seconds back. Thrilling battle. Huaibi holds 10th, 0.3 seconds clear of William KOK, pushing hard. Hex in 6th, battling hard, clocking a best lap of 1:37.852, chasing the leaders. Lassies closes in on Hex, just 0.5 seconds separating them in P7. Hex charges hard, 0.3 seconds behind Zohair in 6th place. "15 minutes left. Drivers pushing hard. Tensions rising. Every second counts." Lakis charges, closing in on Hex, just 0.4 seconds back. What a battle. Barry Delight pits in 15th. Mickey Wiki follows in 17th. Action heating up. Hex charges forward, battling for 5th. Engines roaring, tension rising. Biszkoptowiec rockets into 8th, battling fiercely for every inch. Hex fights hard in 6th, pushing for a top 5 finish, relentless and determined. Lakiz charges hard, closing in on Hex in 7th, just 0.2 seconds back. Soup charges to P3, closing in on Flair, just 0.6 seconds back. Hex surges to 6th, pulling 0.2 seconds clear of Lassiz on lap 4. Lassiz charges, closing in on Hex, just 0.3 seconds behind. Soup charges hard, 0.7 seconds back on Flair in 3rd place. Biszkoptowiec charges, closing in on Hex, just 0.4 behind in 8th. Soup in 3rd, 0.6 seconds behind Flair, closing in fast. Lassiz charging hard, just 0.2 seconds behind Hex in 7th place. Biszkoptowiec charges, closing in on Latches, just 0.3 seconds back. Fierce battle. Lassiz holds P7, fending off Biszkoptowiec by 0.3 seconds. Biszkoptowiec charges, closing in on Latches, just 0.3 seconds behind, in 8th. Lassiz charges in 6th, just 0.2 seconds ahead of Hex. Biszkoptowiec charges, closing in on Hex, just 0.4 seconds back. Hex holds P6, sending off Lassies just 0.3 seconds behind. Lackes charges in P7, closing in on Hex, just 0.4 seconds back. Hex holds 6th, 0.3 seconds clear of Lackes. Fierce battle brewing. Lackes holds 7th, fending off Biskoptoviets by just 0.2 seconds. "10 minutes to go. Drivers push harder. Tensions rise. The clock is ticking." Biskoptoviets charges to 8th, clocking a 137.797, chasing the leaders hard. Hex holds P7, just 0.4 seconds ahead of Biskoptoviec, battling fiercely. Biskoptoviec closes in on Hex, just 0.5 seconds behind in 8th. Lassies holds P6, pulling away from Hex by 0.4 seconds. Hex charges forward, closing in on Lassies, just 0.6 seconds back in P7. Biskoptoviec charges P8, closing in on Hex, just 0.7 seconds back. Hex closes in on Lassies, just 0.1 seconds back in 7th place. Biskoptoviec charging hard in P8, just 0.2 seconds off Hex. Intense battle. Lassies charges in 7th, clocking a 137.524, chasing the fastest lap. Biskoptoviec charging hard in P8, just 0.7 seconds behind Laches. Lackes charges P7, closing in on Hex, just 0.3 seconds back. Biskoptoviec charging on lap 8, closing in on Laches in P7, just 0.6 seconds back. Laches holds P7, pulling away from Biskoptoviec by 0.3 seconds. Biskoptoviec charges, closing in on Laches, just 0.2 seconds back. Lassies holds P7, pulling 0.5 seconds clear of Biskoptoviec. Biskoptoviec charges hard, slicing through the pack, now in 8th. Hex charges hard, closing in on Zohair, just 0.2 seconds behind. Hex drops to P8 as Biskoptoviec charges past. William KLK battles hard, holding strong in P10, eyes on the prize. William KLK charges to 11th, pushing hard through the pack. Biszkoptowiec charges hard, battling for 6th place, pushing through the pack. Hex charges hard, closing in on Biszkoptowiec, just 0.5 seconds behind. Zohair charges, closing in on Biszkoptowiec, just 0.3 seconds behind now. Five minutes to go, tension rising, drivers pushing limits, positions up for grabs. Wojciech 36 charging hard, P9, closing in on Hex, last lap 12.1 seconds quicker. Wojciech 36 storms past Hex, snatching 8th place. Zohair holds 7th. Mickey Wiki charges out of the pits. Hex charges 9th, 0.7 behind. Wojciech 36 flies ahead, 12.1 faster last lap. Zohair pushes hard, P7, clocking a 137.745, chasing the leader's pace. Biszkoptowiec chases hard in P6, closing on Laches, but Laches pulls away. Biszkoptowiec storms past Laches, claiming P5. Laches charges forward, battling fiercely in P6, eyes on the prize. Laches slips to P6 as Zohair charges ahead. William KLK battles hard, holding steady in P12, eyes on the prize. Wojciech 36 charges forward, closing in on Hex in 9th place. William Kelk closes in on 4R1TZ0GV, only 0.6 seconds back, gaining momentum. Zohair charges hard, closing in on Biszkoptowiec in 6th place. William KLK battles in 12th, pushing hard with a best lap of 137.468. Zohair charges P6, closing in on Biszkoptowiec, just 0.2 seconds away. Wojciech 36 charges at P9, closing in on Hex, just 0.3 seconds back. Zohair closes in on Biszkoptowiec, just 0.2 seconds behind. Last lap, lightning fast. Wojciech 36 charges hard, closing in on Hex, just 0.4 seconds behind. Zohair charges hard, closing in on Biszkoptowiec in 6th place. Wojciech 36 charges hard on lap 12, closing in on Hex for P9. Zohair lunges at Bishkop-Toviets, just 0.3 seconds behind in P6. William KLK charges in P12, clocking a blistering 137.148, closing the gap fast. Zohair charges P6, closing in on Bishkop-Toviets, just 0.3 seconds behind. Lasses charges hard, 7th place, closing in on Zohair, just 1.3 seconds back. Zohair charges in 6th, closing on Bishkop-Toviets, just 0.3 seconds back. Theraxo storms across the finish line, claiming victory in P1. What a drive!
Flair charges to second, gaining ground. Fierce battle unfolding.
Soup charges to P3, battling fiercely for every inch. Pete charges to P4, battling hard for every inch on the track. Zohair charges to P5, pushing hard, closing the gap, relentless speed. Bishkop-Toviets charges to 6th, Latches slips to 7th, fierce battle unfolding. Hex charges to 8th, Wajarax 36 battles for 9th, Pew Pew clinches 10th, Berry Delight trails 14th. R1TZOGV charges to 11th, William KLK trails in 12th, CL3MY clings to 13th. CL3Me fights hard, charges to P13, closing in on the pack. Mickey Wiki crosses the line in 15th, fighting hard all race long. Mickey Wiki leads from Kenya, charging ahead in P1, wind at his back. Mickey Wiki dives into the pits, holding 27th place, fierce strategy unfolding. Buried Delight charges ahead, leading the pack, pure adrenaline. Clem charges into second, closing the gap on the leader. William Kelk charges forward from Spain, battling fiercely in P3. Race start. Engines roar. Drivers jostle. Adrenaline surges. It's game on. Zohair surges from Italy, charging hard in 5th place. Mickey Wiki blasts out of the pits on hards, charging ahead. Pew Pew dives into the pits, currently in 15th place, seeking a crucial advantage. R1TZ0GV charges forward, battling fiercely for the podium. Eyes on P2. Zohair charges forward, battling for third, pushing hard on the competition. William KLK charges into second, closing the gap on the leader. Pew Pew storms out of the pits, chasing down the leaders. R1TZOGV from Ireland charges hard, battling fiercely for third place. William KK charges hard, closing in on P1. The crowd roars. CL3MY dives into the pits, maintaining P1, fierce strategy unfolding. William KLK charges to the front, seizing first place in a stunning move. R1TZOGV charges forward, closing in on the leader. Fierce determination fueling every move. Faraxo slips to P4, and Nico takes P3. It's a fierce battle. And Nico drops to P14 as Mickey Wiki storms past. Tharaxo charges to second, closing in fast on the leader. Soup charges in P6, clocking a best lap of 150.681, chasing the leader hard. Tharaxo charging hard in second, just 0.3 seconds behind R1TZOGV. Flair surges in 8th, holding off Lassies by half a second. Tharaxo charges hard, just 0.5 seconds behind R1TZOGV. The battle intensifies. Clem dives into the pits, currently battling in P12. Biszkoptowiec charges hard, battling for 5th, closing the gap fast. R1TZOGV charges, closing in on Theraxo, just 0.2 seconds separating them. Soup charges, closing in on Hex, just 0.6 seconds back in P5. Waj Herex 36 holds 7th. Flare closing in fast, 0.5 seconds behind. Theraxo charges in second, 0.4 seconds behind 4R1T0GV, closing fast. Hex in fourth, pulling 0.4 seconds clear of Soup. "15 minutes left. Drivers push harder. Adrenaline surges. Positions change rapidly. Clem 3 rockets out of the pits, chasing down the leaders. Theraxo charges into second, closing in on the leader. Relentless pursuit. Theraxo storms past 4R1TZOGV, seizing P1 in a thrilling move. Soup charges forward, battling for P5, tire smoke billowing, engines roaring. Biszkoptowiec charges ahead, slicing through the pack, now P6. Biszkoptowiec surges to P3, closing in fast on the leaders. Flare charges forward, battling fiercely for third place, eyes locked on victory. Lakis charges 7th, 0.2 ahead of 4R1TZOGV. Last lap's pace blazing, 0.7 faster. Lassis charges to P6, gaining ground fast. Biszkoptowiec charges forward, battling fiercely in fourth place, eyes on the podium. Lassis charging at P6, best lap 1:37.337, just 1.609 seconds off the lead. Biszkoptowiec charging in P4, closing in on Flare, just 0.3 seconds back. Lassis charges forward, battling for fifth, pressure mounting, tires screaming. Biszkoptowiec closes in on Flare. Just half a second separates them. Thrilling battle. Lakiz attacks Soup, closing in fast at 6th, just 0.3 seconds behind. Biszkoptowiec charging hard, just 0.8 seconds behind Flare in fourth. William KLK charges hard, 0.6 seconds off Lasses in P7, closing in fast. Biszkoptowiec charges hard, closing in on Flare, just 0.3 seconds back. Hex battles in 10th, 1.2 seconds behind Zohair, who's blazing fast. William KLK charges in 6th, clocking a best lap of 1:36.950, chasing the leaders. Hax charges hard, closing in on Zohair, just 1.4 seconds back in P10. Soup charges hard, closing the gap to Bishkop Towieks in 5th. William KLK charges hard at P6, closing in on Soup in 5th. "10 minutes to go. The tension mounts. Drivers push harder, racing for glory. Soup charges hard, closing in on Bishkop Towiets for P5. Bishkop Towiets lunges at Soup, just 0.2 seconds back in P5. Zohair charges P9, closing in on Waharax 36, just 1.7 seconds away. Bishkop Towiets charges P5, closing in on Soup just 0.7 seconds behind. "4R1TZ0GV charges hard, closing in on Hex for that crucial P11 battle.
Bishkop Towiets charges in 5th, closing in on Soup, just 0.6 seconds back.
Zohair charges forward, closing in on Wajarax 36 in 9th place. Fierce battle brewing. Bishkop Towiets charges P5, closing in on Soup, just 0.9 seconds back. N1 Echo dives into the pits, holding steady in 14th place. Zohair charges, closing in on Wajarax 36, just 1.4 seconds back. William KLK dives into the pits, holding steady in P12. Zohair charges forward, now in 8th place, gaining ground fast. Bishkop Towiets charges forward, battling fiercely in P5, eyes on the podium. Wajarax 36 closes in on Zohair, just 0.4 seconds back in P8. Wajarax 36 storms past Zohair, snags P7. Nikki Wiki battles hard, charging from 11th, eyes on the top 10. Zohair charges P9, just 0.2 seconds off Hex's pace. Flare rockets to P3, closing in on Pete just 1.3 seconds behind. Zohair battles hard in ninth, clocking a blistering 1:36.610, just 1.065 seconds off. R1TZ 0GV charges, closing in on Zohair, P10, just 1.1 seconds back. Zohair charges hard, closing in on Hex in P9, just 0.1 seconds back. Zohair charges past Hex, grabs P8 with just 5 minutes left. Hex closing in on Zohair, just 0.3 seconds behind, blistering pace. R1T0GV charges forward on lap 10, closing in on Hex in 10th place. Flare charges hard, 0.7 seconds behind Pete in 3rd place. Hex charges hard, closing in on Zohair, just half a second back. Flare in 3rd, closing in on Pete, just 0.8 seconds back. Hex charges hard in 9th, closing in on Zohair, just 0.3 seconds behind. Flare charges, closes in on Pete, just 0.2 seconds separating them. Zohair charges 9th, closing in on Hex, just 0.2 behind. Flare charges, closing in on Pete, just half a second separates him. Zohair charges ahead, battling fiercely, holding P9, just 0.2 seconds from R1TZ GV. Pete charges in P3, 0.6 behind Flare, closing the gap fast. R1TZOGV charges hard, closing in on Zohair in P9, just 0.3 seconds away. Hex charges, closing in on Zohair, just 0.3 seconds back in 9th. R1T0GV closes in on Hex, just 0.1 seconds separating them in 10th place. Hex charges ahead, P9, 0.2 seconds clear of R1TZ0GV. R1T0GV closes in on Hex, just 0.2 seconds separating them in P10. Biszkoptowiec charges forward, battling fiercely in P5, closing the gap fast. R1TZ0GV charges hard, closing in on Hex, just 0.7 seconds back. Tharaxo rockets ahead, seizing the lead, commanding the track. Four R1TZ0GV charges hard in 10th, 1.1 seconds off Hex's pace. Pete holds third, 3.1 seconds clear of Soup, charging ahead. Four R1TZ OGV charges forward on lap 13, closing in on Hex in 10th place. Tharaxo storms into P1, commanding the track with fierce precision.
Tharaxo crosses the finish line, clinching victory. What a spectacular race!
Flair charges to P2, closing in on the leader, relentless speed. Pete surges to P3. Soup battles fiercely for fourth. Biszkoptowiec charges to P5, gaining ground fast, eyes on the podium.
Lakes storms to 6th. Wojciech 36 battles for 7th. Zohair holds 8th tight.
Hex battles hard for 9th. 4R1T0GV hangs on to 10th. Mickey Wiki charges past, battling fiercely for P11, chasing the leaders. 25 minutes left, the tension builds, drivers push harder, racing for glory.